Shalom unto the elect of the nation of Israel, giving all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle of GMS. Lord, when this lesson is edifying, straight to the point. The title of this lesson is going to be pretty much how we differ from the world, and pretty much how doctrine of the world is really stupidity and really just a waste of time, and just really a recipe to make you dumber. Bear with me, I'm going to read the scripture. And it reads, "And further by these, my son, be admonished," meaning be warned, "of making many books. There is no end in much study is worthiness of the flesh." So you trying to dibble and dabble into everything. You trying to pretty much be a wise guy of the world. You trying to know everything so you could school everybody. Because think about it, what would having the whole knowledge of the world do for you? You really just want to be puffed up and just try to school people and show others that you're on a level. Colossians 2:8, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men." So you got to understand what's spiritual, what's biblical, what's God-like, after the rudiments of the world and not after Hamashiach. So you got to understand certain things are man-made. You have to understand certain things are the will of the Lord. Certain things are words of the Lord, the Lord speaking through his men. And certain things are just clearly not. That's just it. Like, you don't go no farther. There's no answer for buts about it. You want to argue with that, just go into your books. Revelation chapter 22, verse 18, "For I testify unto you, every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of the book, if any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in the book." And there's many, 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 many plagues, And this is a beautiful precept because it's at the... Fuck.
You waiting on the order too?
Yes, ma'am.
It's working?
Yeah, it should be.
It's not for me.
All right. Salakia. Yeah, this is a beautiful precept because it's at the end of the chapter, right? So therefore, it's just letting you know, like Salah, and so it's pretty much, P.S., by the way, now that you got the whole word, now you got the whole roll, you add on to this, you're going to get messed up by the Most High. But we're going to get into the meat of the lesson. The two most contrasting religions: Judaism from Talmud, Christianity from the Bible. And for one, the Bible does not promote Christianity. Christianity is man-made, and I don't want to really go into that. I've done a lesson on this before, but all 7 religions, major religions around the world, are man-made. Being Protestant, Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, Catholic, Baptist, all that stuff is man-made. You can go ahead and look, and a white man, so-called white man, is the one who invented it. And it's usually a lot of things come down to money. But we're gonna get into a couple of these lines, and the precepts are already within it. So I already brought out the precepts I already wanted to bring out. So we're gonna start with the left-hand side, and then we'll go on to the right. What's up, Zoe? That's 2 of them?
508?
Yeah. Good looks, Zoe.
Huh?
Good looks. I said, I got it. Don't worry about it. Thank you. So this approves of sodomy. If one committed to sodomy with a child less than 9 years old, no guilt is incurred. I'm not even going to get into that, man. You should have the mind to understand that this is condemned in the Bible. "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind is an abomination." So, the Bible contrasts sodomy big time, So there's no connection within the Talmud and the Bible. It's just contrast. And that the Talmud and the people that follow it have to be demons and devils, because it says the Talmud is the central text of rabbinic Judaism, the primary source of Jewish religious law and religious theology. And it's funny because every time you meet a Jewish person, they tell you they only focus on the Torah, and that's all they dealing with, and not the whole book, because they know they condemned in it. But we're going to bring this out real quick. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, "I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan." So that's really what they are. Approving sodomy, approving child sacrifice to idols, That's off. Committing or what do? They do circumcision with their mouths. They go to jail. Let's pull this up, because you might think I'm making this up. Rabbi goes to jail. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Kabod, Poway Rabbi since 14. No, that's not what I was looking for. But they do a lot of sex trafficking. Sex traffic. What else I could look for? Damn. Rabbi arrested. New Jersey. It's funny, they run the internet because they really always are in the news for certain wayward things, but all of a sudden I can't find it. But this is what I was looking for. FBI arrests 17 Jewish rabbis in New Jersey charged with trafficking human, So we know who the hell these people are, They were trafficking baby parts, money laundering, and embezzlement. So they do everything in the book that they condemn the rest of the world for. We already know we can't have that child go through Molech, whether that be Planned Parenthood sacrifices or just, whatever the hell, drinking adrenochrome. We don't even have money to do that stuff. So as those people. Cursing parents, when it tells you to honor your parents. Allow enchantment. So we here, I'll read this one. None of them, Deuteronomy 18:10, none of you shall be an enchanter or a charmer or consulter with familiar spirits, man. We know that's off. Bestiality, come on, man. Woman having intercourse with a beast and marry a priest. The act is a mere wound. So in other words, no big deal. When we know that's just off, man. Your woman just getting plowed by your dog at home or your horse. Harlotry is lawful. Harlot hire is permitted, for where the woman has received it as a legal gift. That's off. She that plays the role of a whore in her father's house shall be put to death. And really the reason why women are whores right now is because that's part of the curses when you go in Deuteronomy 18. But in the kingdom, none of this will be allowed. A lot of the things that you do see, our people do get away with, that might be on the left-hand side of this chart. Those are things that are just temporary right now, really for the whole world, because anyone that's going off in the kingdom, they're going to get beat to death. Blasphemy allowed, and we know that's an unforgivable sin.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm on phone. My phone by David. I'm by one. He that blasphemes the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death. And come on, man. That's like unforgivable sin. Not required to keep the vows. One may declare every vow which I may make in the future shall be null. If a man vows, he shall not break his word, and he shall do according to what he spoke. A lot of people think pretty much that means not cheating on your woman, but that's the mind of the simple. Murder is condoned, killing is condoned if you got however the situation may be set up, but murder is far from condoned. He that smite a man with a staff so he dies, he is a murderer and shall be put to death. Numbers 35:18. So this is really just a cut to the Talmud. The Talmud is going off, Book of Joshua, Book of Enoch, whatever, all those things, down that line, down that path. If it's not biblical from the Bible, from the men of the Lord, and these precepts, being broken down correctly, it's off, So Lord wants us to edify straight to the point. I'm leaving this up here right now so you can screenshot it and go ahead, if you need to cut somebody using it, or just to show folks of the world that's going off, in case you have someone that in the world that's dealing with that kind of stuff. Shalom.